TikTok Creativity Program Beta Qualified Views. What are qualified views? What is the exclusion criteria? A question that a lot of people have had online, especially on TikTok, especially people that qualify for the TikTok Creativity Program Beta as well. What actually happens in reality is you will have 100k views on a video, for example, and you only find that you're only getting paid for 50k, 70k, 80k, not the total amount of views that you get, which leaves a lot of people confused. I will also include some links in the description for some further reading, further research, so do make sure that you jump in the description for stuff that I wasn't able to cover within the scope of this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to drop a like, be sure to subscribe as well. I cover a ton of content related to TikTok as well as productivity related elements as well, if that sounds like it might be attractive to you. First of all, we're going to talk about the Creativity Program Beta. For those of you who don't know what the TikTok Creativity Program Beta is, I've done a whole series explaining what it is, which should be somewhere here on the screen. So I'm not going to delve too deeply into what that is, but at a high level, it's basically what I like to call the big brother to the TikTok Creator Fund, except it pays up to 20 times more than the Creator Fund, but there is a certain set of rules, there's a specific set of rules and criteria that you need to meet in order to qualify for that. But again, not going to delve too deeply into that here. In terms of qualified views, let's talk about what they are exactly. So this is you in the TikTok Creativity Program Beta. You've now got a video that's blown up, you've gotten a couple of 100,000 views, but all of a sudden realize that you're only getting paid for a few views. In order for your video to be classed as a qualified view, it needs to meet the following criteria, and I'm going to read this directly from TikTok as well, so you're getting it from the horse's mouth. So it must be at least 1 minute long, okay? It must have been uploaded after joining the Creativity Program Beta. It must have at least 1,000 video views. It must not be an advertisement, disinformation, misleading information, paid promotion, sponsored content, or video linked to a series. It must not violate the Creativity Program Beta terms, the terms of service, the community guidelines, or the copyright policy. So let's start with the first one. It must be a minute long. As it says, simple, it needs to be 1 minute plus in order to qualify. Any videos that are 1 second all the way up to 59 seconds do not count. If you're someone that tends to make videos less than 1 minute and you're doing well at it and your audience appreciates those videos, you might as well stay in the Creator Fund unless you're willing to start a new account in order to experiment and explore the Creativity Program Beta if you are in a region that qualifies. In terms of the second eligibility point, it must have been uploaded after joining the Creativity Program Beta. So again, as it says, you must be in the TikTok Creativity Program Beta in order for that to count, which means it must be after your application has been accepted to join the program. So what happens is you apply for it, it takes a number of days usually, I believe, and after that you either get accepted or rejected. But during that phase, when you're transitioning from the Creator Fund into the Creativity Program Beta, I don't believe your views will count towards the beta then, because you've not been accepted just as yet. So it must be, the video must be uploaded after joining the TikTok Creativity Program Beta, meaning after you've been accepted. Any views before then are either not going to get paid at all, or if you were in the Creator Fund, they're going to get paid as part of the Creator Fund. Must have at least 1,000 video views. So what that means is, again, as it states, your video must have at least 1,000 views in order to qualify or meet the requirements for what's called qualified views. Now, I have seen accounts where they've accumulated, like for example, 1,600 views, 1,800 views. So not very clear to me, because what that tells me is that your views would be looked at increments of 1,000, meaning that if your next video gets 500 views, you wouldn't get paid until you get to 1,000. So it's not very clear to me yet in terms of whether if 5 videos, for example, get 200 views each, will that total accumulated number of views count towards the Creativity Program Beta, or must it be one specific video that goes up to 1,000 views. Not entirely sure, but ultimately what TikTok says is that it must have at least 1,000 views. It must not be an advertisement, disinformation or misleading information, paid promotion, sponsored content or videos linked to a series. So essentially, your video that's within the creativity program beta, it must not be a video where you're sponsored, where you're advertising a product or service, where it's a paid promotion, or must not be linked to a series. For those of you who don't know, TikTok has a new feature called Series, which is essentially a feature that allows you to hide content behind a paid wall, like a course. That's what's called Series. So if you've got a video that falls within Series, it cannot be in the creativity program beta as well. Or if you've got a paid promotion from Creator Marketplace, for example, that video cannot fall within the TikTok creativity program beta. The video will still be there, it'll still perform, you'll still get views and whatnot, it just won't be counted towards the beta. So if that video blows up for some reason, you'll get paid elsewhere, not within this monetization system. In addition to this, if you're utilizing services like TikTok Shop, if you're doing affiliate marketing, you've got a long video, people buy into it, that blows up because you're getting paid from TikTok Shop, that's also going to be disqualified from the TikTok creativity program beta as well, and those views are not going to be classed as qualified views. In terms of the fifth point, I think that's pretty straightforward. It must not violate creativity program beta terms, the terms of service, community guidelines, or the copyright policy. Just like it says, make sure that you're not violating community guidelines. Unfortunately, TikTok doesn't always get this right. Sometimes they get it wrong. Sometimes they use auto verification and they don't properly check whether you violated community guidelines or not. We've all fallen victim to it, and they don't really give you another opportunity to appeal after that, and you end up losing the video out completely. It happens, it is what it is, until one day they get human verification for every single video, which I personally think is not very likely to happen. That's just the way that it's going to work, and that's the risk that we take, unfortunately. Equally to all these points, it's also worth adding qualified views are views that are not from the same account. So if you have a Facebook group and you get the same people to watch your videos over and over and over again, the additional views from that same person will not count. So if I've watched your video once, even if I watch it 1,000 times again, the 999 other times are not going to count. It needs to be a unique view per viewer. Views from videos that are less than 5 seconds long. Video needs to have been watched for more than 5 seconds as well. So not only does it need to reach 1,000 video views, it needs to have been watched for more than 5 seconds in order for it to qualify. Also keep in mind that views from videos that have been reported as not interested are not qualified as well. Now this is very interesting, but what TikTok means is when people swipe away from your video as soon as it comes up, which more or less tends to happen in the first 5 seconds, that's also not going to count as well. It's not very clear whether it would count if they swipe away after watching your video for like 10, 20, 30 seconds, longer than the 5 seconds. Would that still be classed as they're not interested? I'm not entirely sure. But ultimately, if someone swipes away and shows that they're not interested, that's classed as a dislike, and therefore that view is not going to be counted as a qualified view. I hope that makes sense, guys, and I hope you found value in this video. Again, do check out the playlist that I've got somewhere on the screen right here. If you want to learn more about the TikTok Creativity Beta, do also jump in the description and check out the free resources that I've added, so you can go away and do your own research and learn more and understand more with regards to how this beta works. For now, I'll see you in the next one.